welcome back to our listeners for Vaesen Behind the Masks. We are back for session 30. Oh yeah, we made it to 30. Well done to my players and to my listeners. You survived. Well done to Jim, Sharon, and Blake. Yes, where we left it, you survived the Isle of Death. You avoided going to play with the puppies that plague the island.
What puppies? Oh, yeah, them.
Oh, yeah, them, the Grims.
The demon hounds, yes.
Yeah. Definitely
You
not
fellas.
cuddly. You would have been the new chew toys. But no, you didn't fall for that. You did the right thing. You ran to the chapel, which protected you. And,
Finally, years of being a coward in tabletop games is finally paying off.
And yes, you did figure out that you had to just replace the reliquary back under the altar where they belonged. And thus everything quietened down again. So well done, you. And I believe it was Christmas Eve by the time you got back.
So we have to go to each house with the dead horse's head and... Oh, wait. Wrong game.
Wrong game. Yeah, wrong game.
I don't know. What was Christmas in Italy, 1860-something?
Well, if you're really stalwart, you go to mass at midnight.
Yeah. Haven't we got, houses to burn and stuff instead?
And pitchforks and things like that.
That's also Catholic mass. I think there's two Brits and a heathen in the house, so...
Who's the
So
who's the heathen?
You got
I'm
a
the
couple of
heathen.
Anglicans.
Could all just be one person.
Yes.
Wow. So, okay, you can forego mass. That's okay. You're not going to go to hell. Newsflash. But so I
Oh,
guess
will we?
Dun, dun,
Bum, bum,
dun.
the,
Season 2.
the night is young.
To hell and back again.
Right, let me note that down. Yeah, so you've come back. You have, I believe, pretty much gotten out of your wet clothes because you got nice and soggy on your trip back, and headed to bed, which means today is Christmas Day. Unless you're planning any other nocturnal excursion that I need to know about.
Wrap the presents I bought for them earlier in the year.
Yes, I remember that well. But I'm sure you, being the soldier that you are, you've already done that before because you
Yeah.
are very organised.
It'll probably be, where the hell did I hide them again?
Forgotten my mnemonic.
Yeah, so Christmas Day comes. It's a very joyous day for everyone. The whole city is alive. There's sounds of church bells ringing everywhere, and laughter and jocularity, and Artemisia Vittorio feed you so much glorious food. You're in a food coma by about 3 o'clock.
Jolly good.
And they wake you up at 6 o'clock and do it all again. Because that's how we roll.
That's right. I got scarves. I got nice, silk scarves for
The ladies.
the ladies.
And the men?
A belt and a hat for the men.
Very nice.
And a sacrificial dagger for myself for no reason whatsoever.
I did
And
not
for-
realize we would be trading presents. I'm afraid you have me at a disadvantage.
That's okay.
Your company is present enough, good doctor.
Well, good doctor, would you like to accompany me on my charitable rounds then? And Agatha's been making up food parcels and she's going to visit Dr. Bennett's girls.
I'm
Sure.
sure they'll be delighted to see Dr. Bennett and yourself.
Yeah, I think Bennett does want to go. I don't think this may surprise you. This may shock you to the core, but I don't think Bennett is a particularly Christmassy man. I don't,
There's our heathen right there.
I don't think that's something that he had a lot of experience with growing up. I mean, you've met his father. Well, you haven't, but you've seen him.
He's just the Grinch.
Yeah.
Your father's the Grinch.
So he was curious about one, seeing what everyone else does in Venice, but also curious to see, if there are any, symptoms of the sort of the plague, or it's a huge sort of gathering.
Mhm.
So he just wants to make sure everything's okay. So that seems like a good 2-for-1. So he will accompany you.
Sure. Absolutely. I'll get back to you shortly, Blake. I'll do this. So you two head out, and yes, Venice is awash with colour and joyous, and it's a good occasion. Gondolas are actually festooned with ribbons and bells and flowers, and it's just a ride of colour. It is, however, still winter, so it's cold. But you head down through the streets. Agatha, you've got a big basket in one hand, and Bennett, I'm assuming you're going to carry the other basket with her.
Yes, and showing off my new hat, of course.
Of course you are. You go to where your ladies of the night hang out, and most of them aren't there. They've been plying their trade overnight. So, but you still have the day shift.
You get 2.5 times rate Christmas Eve for that, or how does that work?
I don't know.
Plus the sinner's tax.
Plus the sinner's tax. But you, my dear Mr. Bennett, you get the sweetheart rate.
It's not canon.
Yes, it is.
It can be.
And also care parcels to the mother of the gondolier,
Yep, Aldo.
Aldo.
Mhm.
Yeah, we first our first victim of the Vaesen, shall we say? um,
Indeed.
yes, and also the priest who told us about St. Giles.
They're delighted with your gifts. They
Nice little acts of charity for nice, helpful people.
certainly pass on their blessings and their regards, and you certainly do not walk away empty-handed, because for every gift you give out, you get some in return. So you'll get things like little panettone, maybe some chestnuts, produce, or like little cakes and things as a thank you. There might be another pair of gloves in there for you as well, or another scarf. So yeah, your gifts are very much appreciated, but you don't walk away empty-handed. You get some stuff in return, which is, yeah.
Seem quite in your element, Miss Hartwell. Not used to seeing you with such a jolly expression on your face.
Oh, well, this is a familiar activity. I used to accompany my mother on her charitable rounds.
Ah, sounds genuinely wonderful, actually.
It was a duty of the parson's wife and his children to make sure all the parishioners were happy and healthy and provided for where we could. But
Okay.
now I do not have to do any of the mending.
Win. So if you two want to roll me a investigation check to list to Scuttlebutt as you politely inquire to see if there's been any new cases. Ooh. Ooh.
He is paying a lot of attention, whereas Agatha is caught up in Christmas miracles.
Okay, so 3 for you, 0 for Agatha. Okay, so yes, Agatha, you are too busy schmoozing. You're too busy looking and gasping at people's, the fabrics that they're wearing. It's like, oh, that's so pretty. And, eating some of the cakes, which are just delectable. You, Dr. Bennett, you've been listening in with a very particular focus. Not a word, not a hint, not a skerrick of information to suggest that anyone new has been found.
It's good news.
It is.
And I assume, well, actually, I'm not going to assume that. And any sightings of a plague doctor?
None. Absolutely none. Quiet as the grave, you could say.
Awesome. That's great.
Mind you, it is early days.
Yeah.
You solved that. You did what you did, not even 12 hours ago-ish?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's still a bit early, but thus far, all's quiet. Is there anything else you two would like to do?
No, I think that's it. Just shadowing
That was it.
his heart well.
Yeah. And
Okay.
yeah, just looking for any gossip and actually doing the act of charity, because that's what one does.
That's what one does, and it is a balm to the soul. So if you two work on that today, you get one mental back. How's that sound?
Amazingly, I didn't have any conditions.
Oh, what a shame.
I definitely do. I'm still very beat up from the island.
So give yourself one back.
Do you have physical conditions?
I have one physical and one mental.
Okay, maybe maybe Bennett notices that you're limping or whatever it is that your physical condition is,
Slight sprain.
and suggests that yes, we don't dally too long, and perhaps we could stop by the clinic and I can have a quick look just to make sure.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. Severino, what are your plans, sir?
Apart from eating and present sharing and stuff, because it'll be like fairly into winter, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So probably just occasionally read in the library. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
You're
It's
just
too
gonna have a
cold for
quiet
out in the garden, so
Yes, definitely. Definitely. So you guys pretty much, I think, have a low-key day. Do you also have any mental stress?
yes, I got one of each.
Okay. So if you spend the day reading the library, I'll allow you one mental stress to heal that.
Jolly good.
I think that's fair. You're relaxing.
Oh, hang on. Nobody else is home. Cool. I'm gonna have a stinkingly long and hot bath and just relax and take my time.
Perfect. I think that works out very, very well.
Like I'm gonna read a chunk of a book while I'm in there. Just take my time and
Yeah, you can absolutely do that, and well deserved.
So yeah, I'll bathe in the ash from the island and I'll put some of my own blood. No, I'm joking.
Because I know you've got some of that stuff. I know you too well.
It'll come in handy.
Of course it will. At some point, surely it'll come in handy. Yeah, so I guess that's the way you will pass the day. One's in a tub, two will walk it around, and then come to the villa, eat some more, drink some more, play cards until it's almost midnight again. Go wild.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that works for you.
I will, maybe actually not even at the clinic, but maybe just at the table. I'll just sort of have a look over Agatha, and I'll try to start the healing process on physical condition.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
impressive.
Bennett, how many dice is that? That's
Are you too much in your cups or what?
8,
Yeah.
9. Too many puddings.
I think you got her left ankle mixed up for a right ankle. You bandaged the wrong one.
I got nothing in my bag to cure the vapors, so I don't know what's wrong.
Nope. So I think Agatha, with all her do-gooding for today, has healed up one mental stress, but the physical stress remains.
Yeah.
There is, however, always tomorrow. So if there's nothing further you wish to do today, that's going to be how you pass your Christmas Day. I think it's somewhat idyllic circumstances.
Yeah, that doesn't make us paranoid at all.
Boxing Day a thing in Venice?
Yeah, we're in Canada, aren't we? Venice is in Canada.
Yeah, no, I don't believe it is. No boxes coming your way.
Back to work, I guess.
So the 26th rolls around. Again, it's still holiday season, so things are pretty cruisy around the place. But as you're having breakfast on the morning of the 26th, yes, there is a fresh newspaper on the table. So here we go. Miracle in Venice! There are no cases of leprosy and plague reported for 2 days. The health authorities are quietly optimistic that whatever was causing the disease has gone. The source of the trouble, however, remains an unanswered mystery. There will be a special Thanksgiving Mass held at most churches in Venice tomorrow, alongside the traditional Christmas Masses. Le Conte Ori by Gioacchino Rossini is opening on the 6th of January for the first time in Venice. An operatic comedy. It tells of Comte Ori, a young libertine who wants to seduce the Comtesse Adele, who has sequestered herself in a chateau while her brother is away at the Crusades. He disguises himself firstly as a holy man and then as a pilgrim. But it is his page, Isolia, who loves Adele and thwarts his plan. I see below for the recipe for vin brûlé to ward off the cold and enjoy over Christmas. Recipe talks about boiling claret wine with oranges, cloves, honey, lemon, ginger, cinnamon, and sugar, and then drinking it while it's hot. Right for adults and children alike. The city of Venice welcomes the Austrian Count Alexander von Menstroff-Pully to discuss the Italian policy. To the dear boys and girls of Venice, the Befana approaches. Be good and received a bounty of caramelle. But those who have been naughty, a lump of coal, garlic, or onion is their fate. And pray that as you go to sleep, little ones, for if the Befana catches you awake, she will strike you with her broomstick.
Nothing wrong with a bit of garlic.
We don't mess around, do we? Sleep, damn it, sleep, or I'll hit you with the broom.
As long as they don't get left vinegar.
No vinegar. Although 17 might have the exception, but you've played it on the 6th, I guess.
I'm going to get some, a little bit of sausage and cheese and bread. Just like a little bit for like 6 people. And I'll give it to some homeless people around town.
Okay.
While I'm giving it to them and having a little bit of a chat, I'm going to sort of look around, see if I see any Austrian military, and just, see how much of a presence in the city they have.
Yeah, sure, because you well know that there are high-level meetings happening in Venice about the Italian policy. Yep, you can do that. You two doing anything else, or you're going to hang around the house for the 26th?
I think hang around the house. Try and keep off her poor ankle.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'll be doing for the day, is re-rolling my one good skill. Good enough, I guess.
One success.
Found the right ankle.
Sure. So yes, you can work on Agatha. Agatha, you can heal your physical stress today, but I don't think you can do both. You can't do physical and mental at the same time. So physical it is. Severino, gear up. Let's go.
Right, what am I rolling?
I thought
Roll find Austrian military.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to put your coat on, put your hat on.
Yep.
Yeah, I know you now. I know you. So you head out into the Venetian streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not dark, but it is winter, so things are just a little bit bleak. And because the buildings go right up to the walkways, there's not a lot of direct sunlight. It's quite
Yep.
shadowed. Yes, you walk around and you go and chat to several people.
Even just a couple of minutes with each, have a look around, make sure they're okay.
Yeah, sure. You do that. You walk around Venice, you go and meet these people, you give them salami, you give them some bread, cheese, they love you for it. They can't give you much. They try and offer you
That's
things,
all right.
but yeah. As you're walking around, I want you to give me a vigilance, please, sir.
Yep. 1.
One success. Yep. So as you're walking through the car there, up ahead, you can hear footfalls. But you have a very trained ear being military. You know a drill step when you hear one. Precise, metronomic.
Yeah. Is there someone I can duck behind or some like
plenty.
stall I can quickly pretend interest in?
Absolutely, plenty. They don't even see you, but up ahead you can see 2 Austrian soldiers in their finery. So they're not in their usual uniform, they're more in a dress uniform. And they walk past the street. They're carrying rifles, but they're slung low, non-threat. They don't even turn their head in your direction, but they walk up the street and kind of meander away obliquely from you.
Cool. I'll pretend to look at a different stall, make sure there's no one else around, and then, go down a different street.
Go down a different street.
I'm not going to follow them. I'm not stupid.
No. Okay, that's fine. You can certainly walk down another street and it's quiet. There's a few people around, ladies with kids, families.
The notices I put up about the twins with all my propaganda against them, are they still up or do people take them down?
I think there's a mix between some are still up, some have been torn down, some are, they're all weathered. They're all
because it's been 6 weeks or something by this point. Okay. All right, cool. It means they haven't got heaps of agents in the city. Or so we think.
Win.
All right, cool. I'll head home then in a roundabout way and make sure I'm not being followed.
You do that. And as you do that, give me another vigilance, please.
1.
I rolled a 1 too.
Well, if I'm being followed and I know I'm being followed or suspect I'm being followed, then I won't go home. I'll take another roundabout way and take another half an hour to get home or whatever.
Yeah. So you get that little... You have a sense of paranoia. And it is...
Yeah, it's healthy.
It's very healthy. But this time, it's ratcheted up even further.
All right, I'll look up for that bloody eagle thing again that made Umbra shit himself.
No eagles that you can see.
Okay, cool. It's not that thing. Good.
It's not that thing.
Phew, it's another thing. All right.
So you keep walking.
Yeah.
But you're through the maze of Carly and across bridges and so forth. I want you to give me one more vigilance.
All right. Dun, 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 dun. 1.
1. Cool. That's fine. You hear a footfall behind you.
Oh, duck. Immediately, jump to the left. Or duck out of the way because I think someone's about to donk me on the head.
Nah. Yeah, well, I guess we're up to rolling for initiative, aren't we?
Sweet.
As we have 4 mooks. 1 coming up behind you and 3 falling out of the shadow in front of you.
It. Eight.
You've got an 8.
I think I want low though, so bugger.
All right, you're an 8. That's Mook 1.
Mook 1.
Mook 2.
Family name or
Mook of son of Mook.
Oh,
Mook
jeez.
son.
Oh,
And Mook the third is with them.
Wow.
The grand
All four
mook.
of them go before you do, buddy.
Sweet.
Oh, no.
How good are you at bullet holes, Bennett? I might
Well,
need some help in a minute.
It took 2 days to figure a sprained ankle.
Okay, so Mook 1 goes first, and that's the guy that was behind you. You ducked. That was your just instinct. I'm not going to call it a fast action or a slow action. So Bugalugs is going to try and clip the back of your head.
Oh, lovely.
No successes. So it goes wide.
Really good.
What I will tell you about these boys, they may be dressed in civilian clothing.
But they're not.
They're not civilians. They move far too well.
Mm.
They're too burly. They're too... These guys are soldiers.
Speaking of well trained, I've got lightning reflexes, so I pull my weapons out quickly. I've also got combat trained, because I've been expecting this for a while. But I believe more of them have to go before me.
That's correct. I believe it's called a trap.
Hmm. Alright. So, a couple more of them before I go?
Yes, sir. So, next Mook. That's going to be the Mook. The one behind you just took a pot shot at you. Now, the Mook to the right, front right of you, is going to take another fist at you. Got one success. So,
I'm rolling agility, I'm thinking to dodge.
Yes, I believe so. Yes. Okay, so that's going to be your fast action for this round. Yep.
Yep. Nothing. Bugger. There's too many of them.
Take 1 point of physical.
Goody.
You're lucky they're not got brass knuckles. That's all I can say.
Mm. I mean, how would they hold a pen?
Mook number 4 is going to be front left.
Yep.
He's going to... what's he going to do?
I mean, he could just look around and make sure there's no other witnesses or whatever. I don't know.
I think that's fair, because they're not...
If they are properly trained, then at least one of them would be keeping an eye.
One's on lookout. One's on lookout, and that's fair. So, yeah, he turns around and takes a couple steps away, which then leaves Mook 3, which is dead center.
Mm-hmm.
So you've already had one punch to the face. He's going to wind up and haymaker you.
Jolly good.
Oh, 2 6s.
Now, I've got close combat of 2, which is physique, which is that. So that's 5, 7. So roll 7d6. There's 1 6.
Yeah, which means you take 1.
Bugger. So I've been
1 physical.
smashed in the face twice.
Twice now, which means...
Not going well.
I'm sure your bell has been rung.
Mm.
But now, sir, I believe it is your turn.
Since I've already on 3 physical, the whole let's use the numbers against some bullshit, I don't have time for that. I just need to get the hell out of there, so I'm just going to run. Sorry, I'm guessing agility?
Yes, if you're going to try and
Flee is agility.
flee, you're going to go backwards, like to the guy behind you. Yep. Roll agility.
Should climb the wall.
Spider-Man style.
Spider-Man out of there.
Oh, well, it'd be more like parkour if there's gutters or stairs or anything. Yep. So this is agility. Yeah.
Yep, agility. What's my agility? Same.
Nothing. Obviously, I'm going to push it because I don't have a choice.
Oh, 1 success. Now you're done. Like, you've got nothing further left. You are on fumes, okay?
Yep.
So you, with that success, you're able to...
Maybe I collapse in a doorway and I pass out or something, or just...
Spread little. Just you wait. You your head's ringing, don't get me wrong. But guess what? You've got a secret little weapon inside you.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it.
Umbra doesn't take over, but he certainly gives you the equivalent of a big ass shove. And he says,
Flee, you fool.
and he forces you to keep on your feet, and you just run, and it's a mindless run. You just run down one street, hang a corner, run, and Umbra's pushing and pushing and pushing. He doesn't have to push too hard because behind you, you can hear, Holton!
God damn it.
And you can hear them behind you. And up ahead, the street ends at a dead end to a canal. But there's a couple of gondolas parked on the side. It's not a big canal, but it's there.
Well, I'll go in one of the gondolas and give a big shove off and, yeah, just go in any direction away from here.
You shove off with the gondola and you start poling down the canal. This isn't a speedboat.
No.
So these four boys kind of just stop running and they just walk alongside you on the footpath by the canal as you're poling down the canal. And after a couple moments, a couple of them race forward ahead of where you're poling, and there's a bridge coming up overhead, probably about, 40, 50 meters.
How bad is the canal? Like, can I swim in it or would I die from that?
Look, it's not fresh. I wouldn't suggest drinking the water. Could you swim in it? Yes.
I don't see another option. So I'll roll into the water and try and swim underwater somewhere, which is going to be bloody hard since I've got 4 physical.
Again, Umbra's riding you hard. So you slip under the water, and it's actually interesting because as you come up to another intersection in the canals, there's this the whole canal is just covered with gondolas. So you can certainly swim under it. It'll be very hard for them to find you in that little forest.
Yeah, I'll slowly use that to get away from them and stuff.
To work your way around. Yep. The gondola next to you rides down deeper in the water as one of them jumps in.
Yep. I'll quietly go down and sort of go under the next boat and yeah.
Yeah. So you move to the next gondola, and that one sinks down as someone jumps into it. You've still got a feeling they haven't found you. They're looking for it because the way the gondolas are built,
Yeah.
they flare outward at the lips. So if you keep to the hull, unless they see you obliquely, you're mostly hidden.
Oh, yeah. And I'll keep going underneath. It's not hard to sink because I've got bugger all energy left.
Give me as you drop down underneath the waters again. Mind you, it is winter. It's cold. Give me an observation.
Yeah. Oh, good. At least it's not a physical roll.
Mm-hmm. I'm not totally mean.
Nothing.
Wow. So you missed the potential underwater door that could allow your escape. So you're still stuck under the flotilla of gondolas. You're starting to get a little bit cold, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to do? What are you packing? What have you got on you?
As in weapons, I've got a silver dagger and a pistol. Holy, like, bunch of holy water.
Which is probably a little bit more diluted now than ever before.
Yes. I wouldn't have taken my camera and my book collection out, so...
Umbra whispers to you.
Cut the lines. Scatter the gondolas. Make it harder for them to find.
All right. Well, if I can do that without being seen, sure.
Yeah. There's nothing to stop a hand reaching up from underneath the water and going.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll do that.
Think. It's going to take you a few minutes, and you are going to be getting colder and colder and colder. And the thing is, you probably would not have been able to do it if Umbra wasn't pushing you, and Umbra will extract a toll from this later on. But your efforts have meant that the gondolas are now starting to drift apart, so they're no longer one big mass, which means they can't jump from gondola to gondola while they're trying to find you.
Yeah.
This giant game of whack-a-mole. And the current that's in the canal is starting to disperse them.
Right. I'm guessing I'm nowhere near the villa.
You said you were going to take a very long circuitous route, so
Yep, no, that's fine. So I'll go to the nearest, house of ill repute.
okay. So you're
And-
going to wait for them to
Yeah, I'll move
in the wrong
away
place, and then you're going to
and just say, get Dr. Bennett. Bring him
Hang on.
here quietly. I just presume they all know him.
I want to see
Roll a D2 to see
if
which
they
Dr.
see
Bennett.
you. No, yeah. I want to see if they see you.
Okay.
All right. And the answer is no, they don't,
Jolly good.
because their vigilance sucks. Yeah, you are able to extricate yourself from that situation, and yeah, you find a place you can pull yourself out of the canal.
So
Yeah.
did you roll for a critical injury?
Please roll.
Is
There you
it?
go.
It's 2d6, isn't it?
2d6, yeah.
So 6 and 3.
Oh, that's good. That's good in a sense. You get an insight.
Oh.
Yeah.
So while I'm in this hypothermic fever
Torn
dream.
abdomen. That seems semi-reasonable.
We can roll with that.
And maybe one punch me in the face and the second one punch me in the guts.
I'm just thinking while you're in the canals themselves, there's all sorts of detritus in there. It's quite
Okay.
easy while you're trying to slip your way through the canal or even out of it, that you've actually put a big laceration in your abdomen.
Nice.
You are blue, you're shivering, you can barely keep
Just
control.
wave some money and at the prostitutes and take it. Get Dr. Bennett at the villa.
Roll a d2.
A D2?
No, I'm being sarcastic. No. They know you're Severino, so they will throw some cloaks over you. They will bundle you into a wheelbarrow and take you. But you can't carry for a woman. So yeah, they'll carry you to not a hovel, but yeah, it's a little bit of a down and out place, and they're gonna
Hey.
shove.
Better than being dead.
It's better than being dead. They're gonna shove you by the fire.
And I'll give him some money. Get Dr. Bennett at the villa.
And one of them runs off.
Hard cut to Bennett. This opera sounds hilarious. We simply must go.
Culture doctor, gotta love it. Yes, you really must. I insist. So yes, within 20 minutes, there is a fervent knocking on the clinic door.
The clinic door? Or
Yes.
the... Okay, yeah.
The
In
torre,
that-
the torre.
Yeah, okay. In that case, yeah, Bennett is just like up like a bullet, rushing to the door. He opens it. Quick, like, what's the matter? Come in, come in.
The torre, Severino is injured. He needs your help. Please come quickly.
What? Fine. And I'll grab my doctor's bag and go, Miss Hardwell, Severino's in trouble. And then I'm gonna go follow.
See you, lady. You just keep those fires burning.
She's getting up and starting to grab a cloak, by which point he's like,
He's gone.
he's gone.
The door's just flapping in the breeze. So yeah, Bennett, the lady will walk very, very quickly. It's almost a run, really. And she'll take you through a maze of Kale. Along the way, you come across a couple gentlemen. One of them's sopping wet. but she ignores them. She goes, come on, quick.
Yes, and I'm trying to. Bennett's trying to get information. Like, what happened to him? Yeah.
Nonso. He's just wet. It's like he fell into the canal. He's cold. We're trying to warm him up, but he said he needed your help.
And Bennett's like thinking about the lady in the water. He's like, she's back.
She's back.
Coming for revenge. Stay away from the canals.
When will you learn? Okay.
3 to range combat's pretty good. Although you're technically meant to roll a 1d6 to see how many hours you got.
Yeah, before you die.
Sweet.
Actually, no,
Just
do roll
make
me a
a-
1d6.
1.
Oh no.
You got 1 hour, buddy.
1 hour.
And it took 20 minutes for her to get to the villa.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take another 20 minutes for her to get back. So, Bennett, tick-tock, you arrive.
Can't do any medicine without a good tea, so we'll wait for the
Kettle to boil. You've got 20 minutes as you knock. Sorry, you don't have to knock. She arrives at the hovel where Severin is, and she opens the door, and you see Severino. How are you? Huddled up by the fire, with your arms wrapped around your...
You can tell I've been punched in the face, but he's holding his side.
Yeah. So Bennett's like straight to your side, doctor's bag down. Like, what happened? Was it?
Thugs, but this, and he's like pointing to the liver.
God.
That's it.
All right. Just stay still. This is not going to be pleasant.
All right, give him medicine. Let's see if you save his life within the hour. Oh!
I'm kind of tempted to push that, but
don't
it
need
could
to.
kill you. Well, he was more conditioned, but I could kill you if I get it. If I fail, no, that's fine. We'll take it.
I think we'll take that one success. So, Severino, he patches you up within the 20 minutes. It's not pretty by any stretch of the imagination.
Neither am I, so that's okay.
This is meatball surgery. Like,
Sorry, I'm not familiar with that phrase.
quick and
Meatball
dirty.
surgery, okay.
Yep, quick and dirty. Which involves probably grabbing a bottle of grappa, dousing the wound with it to try and kill all the bad miasma, which even in your semi-conscious state would wake you up real quick and be really painful and not pleasant. And then he's going to have to stitch it. And trust me, most of the grappa's gone into the wound and not gone down your gullet. So this is going to hurt like a son of a bitch.
Yeah, you see Bennett take out a flask and you think he's going to offer it to you, but then he
Wait.
steadies the hand. Don't worry, chap.
You did perfectly fine, sir.
Oh, I had a bit too much vomits on me. Yeah, it's all good.
You went into the canal. Trust me, that's cleaner.
Yep. All right. Winning because not dead.
Not dead. When you kind of wake up and partly recover, you're going to have some benefits. Benefits, I use this word very loosely. You know, some perks, perhaps, out of this, but that can wait for the moment.
Maybe I've grown gills or some shit.
Hey, what you do with a Vaesen in your off time is not my concern.
Sounds good.
So, Bennett, you work on Severino. You patch him up to the best of your abilities given the situation. But he is not in any fit state to be moved.
Yeah,
At
and I think
least
Bennett's,
until tomorrow.
yeah, Bennett's a little frustrated because he'd want to get him back to the clinic, but he knows he can't move him. So he's just, arguably slightly rudely, but he's like sort of barking commands to the ladies around, being like, these sheets, when were they last cleaned? The freshest bread you've got, and like trying to organize something akin to a clean bed for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to take exception to that. I mean, they know you well enough. They know what you're trying to do.
Yep.
They get that you're stressed. Yeah, so they will do the best they can with what they've got, which isn't much, but they will do what they can.
And I assume is Miss Hartwell arriving?
No, she went to the opera. No.
She has no idea where you are. You took off with her, which is probably fortunate because
I just
Severino
I
is
just
still
ass-
alive.
I
But...
just assume she has like a GPS tracker on me or something.
Gratitude. It's
Uh,
possible she can find you, but she's going to have to certainly lean on the.
no, that's fine. I will ask two of the ladies present. Are there any men around in this place?
Let's say there's a middle-aged man. Yeah.
Okay, I might get him to go with them to pick up Miss Hartwell, because Bennett is worried that this is the Black Rose. That's where his mind's gone to. So he's worried that Miss Hartwell could be a target.
Victim as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, he's like, bring Miss Hartwell to me. He's sort of just relying on the villa to make sure that Artemisia and Vittorio are okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yep, you'll nod and that's no problem. 20 minutes later, Agatha, there's a knock at the door.
She will have been like in the foyer pacing with her coat because the doctor's
That would have
run
spent the
out.
divot. Yep.
And there's just been like a, Severino's hurt, boom. It's like, yeah, so she will open the door.
There's this middle-aged man, and he's as poor as dirt. Very threadbare clothing, holes, but he's got this like a holy scarf and beanie.
Do you think Severino would have a drink of preference that we would know about by now? Or does he just sort of drink whatever
A Cosmo?
given to
Well,
him?
he's from Italy, so whatever's. He's
thinking,
sort of lower class Italian, so whatever common drink is cheap.
I remember thinking Bennett would have told that guy to tell Miss Hartwell to bring a bottle of, whatever.
Well, you would have said bring supplies, so yes. She would, she would have ushered the man into the kitchen the minute he kind of said, sent by Dr. Bennett, and started plying him with food and drink and started bustling around, getting things and pulling stuff out of the doctor's clinic and, making a general nuisance and annoyance, but care package.
Yep.
But she's out of hat boxes, so.
What a shame.
It's just going to have to be a big old basket. Sorry.
That's fine. And he'll relate to you what he's seen from his perspective, which is Severino being carried to the door, quite injured. His belly was bleeding badly. He looked like he was 5 steps from being frozen to death.
Bandages, and laudanum, and sheets, and
and yet still devastatingly handsome.
Absolutely, in his scruffy way.
Anything it's added to
it. Yeah, so you get to go and assemble all the things you think you're going to need, or Bennett's going to need. And you both head back out into the cold. And I'm going to stop it right there because it's time. So thank you to our listeners, and we hope to see you next week as we continue with the who are these 4 soldiers? Where do they come from? What are their goals? Questions. Blake, Sharon, and Jim, thank you very much. We'll see you all there shortly. Bye.